All right, back with more Hardspace Shipbreaker. I reviewed the notes from last episode. I think I know what's going on. We're about to do a depressurization tutorial, so I'm probably going to die horribly. I am having a intermittent capture card issue where the audio becomes crackly, so if you happen to notice that, if you're in chat, please let me know as soon as possible, because it's a very easy fix, but I don't know that it's happening.
Good morning, Cutter 9346-52. All the team at Lynx would like to wish you a happy and productive day.
Why, thank you. Okay, let's see here. So, I think I have to do this training. I don't think I have to get rid of my current ship, right? I do need to get rid of this ship because it's basically done. Yeah. Okay, I'll just do this then. That was the one that I barely finished last time.
Alright. Our friend Lou thinks she's the expert on pressurized ships. So,
Tad quiet, I'll turn it up a little, let me know if it gets too loud.
You give me a hard time, but you know I'm good. Okay, Rook, time for the fun stuff. And by fun, I mean incredibly dangerous.
You're in good hands. Take it away, Lou.
Okay, first rule. Always scan ahead. Ships can have pockets of pressure anywhere inside them. Let's have a look. Activate your scanner now.
Okay.
Your scanner shows the pressure state of every compartment. Red labels are unpressurized. Green are pressurized. Cut between a red room and a green room, and boom, violent decompression.
The correct term is explosive decompression.
Explosive, same deal. If we cut this ship now, it pops. Only safe way in is through an airlock. If you can't find one, they show up on your scanner too.
Okay. Everything looks like it's pressurized, right? That's the point they're getting at there. There's the airlock.
Good. Now cycle the airlock. Should be a switch in there. And you're in. From inside, you can safely depressurize with an atmosphere regulator. Should be one nearby. Give it a go.
Activate the regulator. Okay.
Hey! All right, look! Either you're a fast learner or I'm an amazing teacher. Now, sometimes you're gonna have to depressurize a ship violently.
Explosively?
Explosively. Soon as you hear that warning, grab onto something. Seriously, you don't want to get sucked through a 1-inch hull fracture. Believe me, it's unpleasant. Sometimes different areas of the ship have their own pressurization systems. So remember, always scan ahead. Now, hey Weaver, why don't you take the rest of the day off and out-demo my patented reactor rodeo technique?
Nah, that's all right there, Lou. Thank you very much.
Oh, hot tip. You know all the supplies you can buy at the kiosk? You can actually scrounge a lot of that stuff for free from the ships.
Come on now, Lou. You know that's against the regs.
That's just because they want us to spend every penny at the company store.
It's also not safe. Nor sanitary.
Come on, what?
You know how long that stuff's been floating around and all that grime and dust?
They're vacuum sealed, Weaver.
Oh, probably well past their expiry date.
Okay, well, it's not like I'm saying to steal power cells and flip them on the black market.
Look, Lou, I need you to try and follow the rules now, you hear?
Yeah, whatever, boss. Catch you later, Rook. Blue out.
Cutter, I encourage you not to huff any old can of oxygen you find, but if you do, please just monitor your vitals after. Oh, and for God's sake, don't eat anything you find. Anyway, have a good shift. Holler if you need me. Weaver out.
Okay, so I was meant to work through all that. So when I look at this, it looks like there are still pressurized areas. Do those need to be accessed via an airlock as well? They were saying that sometimes I'm just going to have to do explosive decompression. Is that what they're talking about, the areas on the outside? And can I do that from outside the ship? Does that make more sense?
Airlock depressurizing.
I don't really have any reason to close that again. Yeah, so we've got a bunch of compartments here that show as pressurized, right? So, like, is that just saying that if I were to cut through here and separate this part, that it would suddenly, like, explode off the side of it? Hold on. Tether, brake, A is ascend, B is ascend, switch tools. Is this going to be like the standard from now on? All ships are going to be pressurized no matter what? So I'm about to find out if it's just going to like explode off the side here. I think this is just disconnecting a part that doesn't really matter. It's just like this piece essentially. Did not mean to throw it that way, but I guess that works.
Deposit accepted for processing.
Says danger and it's gray. Can that go in the... It's just a barge, okay. Yeah, clearly I'm forgetting the controls for tethers. So you press right trigger to initiate the tether, right? And then I thought you just went to the other one and pressed it again. Okay, maybe that's the problem. Let me see. I have to do that from inside, it looks like. Oh, I'm on a controller. Go really quick.
Welcome to Vintatron 9000. Thank you for your purchase. Thank you for your
Tethers restored.
So it was trying to teach me about how to safely... It taught me how to like go through the airlock and then depressurize, but I'm not understanding what I'm supposed to do about stuff that needs to be explosively depressurized. Like I'm guessing if I do that inside the ship, I just die instantly, right? So there has to be something I can find outside the ship that fixes that. Okay. So that's what I thought. It just wasn't connecting to the barge because it was too heavy for the tether to pull it, I guess. So what does it mean when the pressure symbol is a red diagonal like that instead of red versus green? Yeah, so I want to like tether it down there. Apparently I need to include this in my future Marstead notes. I left a bunch of controls notes, but not the basic mechanism of getting the rest of the tether to connect to it.
Salvage secured.
So I press right trigger to shoot the tether, but how do I then pick where it's going to land? I thought I could just like let go of it while pointing at the barge and that would send it out. That's not it. On the rock thing.
Processing valuable objects.
Oh, okay. Try to do that in a second then. So I said right trigger was shoot tether, but if that's not correct, I have to figure out what actually is. So I know left trigger is push. There we go. That's actually supposed to go to the barge, so that's going to give me an error, but learning. Okay. So let me make a note in my future Marstead file now. LT is tether, not grapple. RT is grapple. But it also is pull yourself onto a thing if you're grappled onto it, I guess. Okay. I'm still not clear about exploding myself here in this tutorial. That's basically the whole thing. So if I was trying to do that from inside, would I have just died instantly, or...
Cutter, if you're fixing to dot the I's and cross the T's, you got about 5 minutes to do it.
Yeah, I'm not going to get much done here because I was sitting around waiting for them to talk. That's fine. Should be good.
Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred.
I guess, how should I be thinking about that? Is it like... So I'm going to lose some glass, but that's fine. It's annoying to cut out right now. You split saw into the wall, it's just there's a lot of air blasting out of it from a tiny space, so that's why it's more dangerous.
Valuable object accepted for processing. Payout accepted. Salvage goal failed. Rewards lost.
Fine. Careful of that reactor, I guess. Theoretically, now I can take this guy.
Warning. Your oxygen reserves are dropping below statistically profitable levels.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
Welcome to Venditron 9000. Thank you.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
Two minutes left. Let's see what else I can get. When this laser reflects off of something like that, can it bounce onto something else and burn it or explode it? Okay, so I apparently did something there that depressurized the whole place.
Count credit applied.
You got about 1 minute till the yard goes dark, Cutter.
I probably asked this last episode. I have to play this more to have some of this stick for longer, but I can just keep working until the time runs out. I don't have to like make it back to base before the time runs out. I think that's true, right?
Object processed. Transferring credits.
That makes it around the corner there. Did I lose an objective there entirely owing to the window on the cockpit? I didn't get any script, which is fine. Getting used to the game again.
Good morning, Cutter 9346-52. Lynx would like to share the following inspirational message.
Oh, I must have missed
The
it.
greatest reward in life is the chance to work hard at work worth doing.
Uh-huh. Unread messages incur an hourly data storage fee after 10 days. Company owns any and all intellectual property for any inventions or artistic creations made by their workers. No piercings or tattoos without company approval. Policy on toilet breaks is 28 pages long. They did a great job with all this story stuff. Salvage workers unite. succeed. So let me continue on my training. Okay, I'll just keep going with this then. I guess I keep expecting barge stuff to get highlighted in green instead of gray.
You're not going
Probably
around
is
doing
what threw
all
me
that
off.
stupid newbie things, are ya? Going around trying to be the best out there? It'll kill you real quick. Counting your spares ain't as cool as you think. And here's a tip. Keep a diary. They say the memory transfer to the spare is flawless. But I've heard otherwise. Oh. And never pee in your suit. Trust me. Just don't.
Watch out for that guy. Shit.
Salvage secured. Applying credit.
The whole thing connects to the bottom, it looks like. Oh, but it's already disconnected. Potentially a little bit dangerous. So can I take this thing off safely? It's not like welded to the bottom of this, is it? Okay.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
And this is an example where I have no choice but to use the alternate cutter tool, right? Above cut grade. Okay, so I just have to pick one essentially. I guess whichever one's worth more. Sacrifice the other one. See how much red that gives me here.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
Extra arrows appear around the reticle. Okay, thanks. Let me add that to my text file here. This will be a good episode for me to keep track of what did and did not stick in between the first and second episode. So, detachable, arrows, reticle, grapple. It would have let me cut that part of it. Okay. Wait to take that out until I have much easier access to it. Need to get inside to do that. Fine.
Cutter, your gear's getting low. It's gonna start fighting you if you don't head back to the hab and make some repairs.
Okay. I remember us talking about the furnace working that way, but I didn't remember it being that extreme of a ratio.
Welcome to Venditron 9000. Thank you for your purchase. Thank you for your purchase.
Some of these I have to activate after purchasing here, is that true?
Have a nice day.
Like I have to repair it in the hab, I can't do it from outside. Audio balance okay today, by the way? Thanks. Oh. Don't know what I hit there.
Rewards eliminated.
Oh.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
That exploded the piece, right? Which is not great. Okay, I see the arrows you were talking about.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Gotcha.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account. Salvage goal cleared. Rewards allocated.
It's probably safe to just throw into the processor, I take it. It's too bad this all exploded so violently.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
I see. I have to be really careful in cases like that. Really got turned around in the process of doing that there because I thought I was on the same side as the reactor. This was probably the fuel thing that I hit that was behind the cut point. If I recall correctly, I have to like drain the fuel from the fuel pipe before, in order for this to be safe. Is there like a button for me to do that? Somewhere if I follow the pipe junctions? Fuel flush valve. Okay, so does that make it is now completely safe for me to disconnect this guy? Find out, I guess. Okay. Now this one won't disconnect. Oh, because it's already disconnected. Let's see.
Five minutes left, Cutter. How you use them is entirely up to you. Weaver out.
Bumping into the reactor here. Okay. I do like how chill the game is in terms of like missing objectives on a ship. It's like really not a big deal at all, it seems like. Should be able to safely disconnect this guy now.
Warning. Low oxygen reserve.
Nice.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Always good value.
Salvage goal obtained. Additional rewards assigned.
Ship.
Welcome to Vindatron 9000. Thank you for your...
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
Yeah, that makes sense. So once I get to that number 3 diamond, there's basically no point in continuing, right? Since I've already missed the final 2 objectives. I'm really glad it updates automatically for you on that. It's really nice of them. Get this housing back here. Whoa, didn't mean to do that.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
This thing is physically connected somewhere. Or I have to like press a jettison button on the inside. And that just disconnects it so that it becomes grabbable, essentially. Okay.
One minute left, Cutter. Time to start wrapping things up.
Probably gonna have to do one more day just to get this little bit of extra resource. That's okay. That's why how we learn. If I haven't exploded that wall, maybe I could do this much faster.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
Did that not fully disconnect? Oh, there's more things on it. Okay. We'll come back tomorrow. It's fine. I can always end my shift early, right?
Certification level has been achieved.
Apprentice rank
License
7.
level increased.
Good morning, Shipbreaker. Please enjoy the following inspirational message. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you do,
All right, folks. Got a priority message coming in from corporate. Everyone put down what you're doing and have a listen.
Maybe they're gonna give us some holiday time. That'd be awesome.
That chance.
That would be a first. Probably just another Polson kid getting a cushy exec job.
Hush up now, y'all.
Anti-union
This is
propaganda.
an important message to all Link Salvage Division employees. It's come to our attention, thanks to a very loyal member of our family, that there has been talk about forming a Shipbreakers union. A union is a dangerous
You've ever seen some of the anti-union propaganda that like Walmart employees have to endure, and like the weird cultish family stuff they have to do? It's very scary.
At Lynx, our top priority is already your well-being. This is why union activity is strictly prohibited by your contract, for your own protection. To safeguard you and your work, we are immediately dispatching an administrator to every salvage sector. This administrator will oversee operations.
I think
and
it's
ensure
possible to play
proper
this game and think this stuff is
employee
over the top. It's not.
conduct. They are
It's not at
authorized to
all.
correct worker behavior by any means, and they'll remain in place until we can guarantee company-wide integrity. Until then, remember, the company is your
Like I said, the
family.
company's your family,
The
right?
union is your enemy. Thank you.
No holiday. Told ya.
A union? I haven't heard anything about that. Have you?
Of course not.
Probably happening around the Martian districts. They always been quarrelsome.
You heard anything like that, Lou?
No. Hey, Weaver, do you know when our administrator's showing up?
Week, maybe? Coming all the way from HQ at Jupiter Gate. When they get here, we'll need to be on our best behavior.
Oh, great.
Nothing to fret about, all right? But they are going to be checking everything. Salvage logs, transmission records, operational efficiency.
Oh, great.
You'll be fine, Kai. It's not a performance review.
Lou's right. Now, let's just try and keep our heads down and weather this storm together. See y'all in the yard. Weaver out.
Just played a related board game last night.
Hey!
It's a German game called
Don't
Finishing
worry,
Time,
this is
about
a closed
like
channel. There won't
unions
be a
and
log.
striking for
Well,
better working
looks like
conditions.
things
It's pretty
might get
good.
a bit difficult around here. They're gonna try to make our lives hell. Don't worry. Just having access to the union news group doesn't make you a full-fledged member. Besides, no one from corporate has access.
Uh-huh.
But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little nervous. If anything happens, I'll make sure nothing comes down on you. Lou out.
I don't know if this game is able to have a happy ending. I guess we'll see. This company has been presented as like almost overwhelmingly powerful. Is it going to do the Disco Elysium thing, or is it going to do the like hopeful thing? Okay, javelin tanker. I'm gonna get this final ship point out of the way, and I'll just retire immediately once I get it. Then I can look at my points from leveling up.
Morning, folks. How y'all holding up? I have a question. What? Hello? David speaking. I can't hear you, Kaido.
Kai, try switching to another frequency and then back again.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you.
Hey, okay. I have a question. What's this administrator gonna do?
They're being countered. Waste our time with productivity reports.
Oh, they've come here before?
Sure, loads of times. Profits drop, they send
Should there be a console for this one
Accidents go
too,
up.
somewhere?
They send someone. Sometimes
Flush
they
valve?
just send someone to find out if they need to send someone.
They ain't a big deal, Kai.
You heard right, Paulson. I guess they're just snooping around for union stuff. Right?
Yeah. Gonna be here a week, tops. These types have the attention span of a gopher. They'll move on pretty quick.
What's a gopher?
Is that still connected to something?
What? Boy, you better gotta
Oh,
come
up
visit
here.
sometime on Mars when you're done here.
One day, we'll all go see them go.
Okay, there's no switch if you can pull it with the grapple.
Keep that front of
Gotcha.
mind, and don't fret none. Carry on now. Weaver out.
This one's still dangerous, though, right? I haven't drained any fuel from it.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
As long as the tank is gone, the pipes are no longer a danger. Disco Elysium isn't unhopeful. In fact, I think part of the whole point of the stuff with the cryptid is to imply that, like, new and amazing things can still be here. There's still, like, wonder to be found. It's more bittersweet, though, right? Okay, that might be enough to finish.
Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred.
Oh, that's kind of interesting. Come on, pull in there. Try to repair my stuff here too.
Salvage goal met. Rewards will be paid.
It's fine.
Good morning, Shipbreaker. Lynx mandates a maximum of 8 hours of sleep. Any extra sleep time will be docked from the next pay cycle.
Okay. So I got my employee terminal, which I can use to check email primarily, right? Mom and Pop to Megacorp. The business and technology acumen of its operators, the Paulson family. Humble endeavor. Venturing into the outer wilds. Kip and Gerda Schlesinger. Ownership was the company was passed down through the family. Four short years later, industrialist, philanthropist, and great innovator Exeter Paulson saw opportunity in the modest company. It was time for it to be placed in the right hands. I love how, like, they're able to just say, yeah, it's a mom and pop, you know, and someone pulled an Elon Musk and bought the thing out and claimed he invented it, essentially. That's pretty great. Makes me so mad that Musk has gotten away with that fucking shit, right? Like, people believe that he's this, like, brilliant scientist or inventor or something, and, like, he literally just bought SpaceX and Tesla and had nothing to do with them. He, like, sued to be listed as a founder. Sorry, I'm just seeing if there's other things to interact with here that I should be bothering with. I think pretty much just everything else is posters other than my console, right? Mom, Pop, and venture capitalist. Tale as old as time. Okay. If I wait to repair stuff until it's in the red, is that fine? Should I be doing it below a certain percent? I guess I've got plenty of repair kits. Okay, so let's see. Increase the tool's effective range. Heat capacity. Durability drain down. Okay. More tether range, or I guess that's grapple range. So grapple strength in this case isn't really going to be a progression upgrade, right? It's just going to make it pull to the location faster, essentially. More top speed might actually be helpful. I don't trust myself to use grappling without getting myself killed. Scanner maybe as well. That seems helpful. This will make it more clear when I'm looking at barge stuff, it seems like. Okay. Removes the lead shielding required to operate the device in an open environment. Legal precedent considers all salvagers still protected by their suits. I love that there's flavor text on most of these. Oh, that's kind of interesting. If you're in a pressurized environment, you get some oxygen back for free. Okay, let's get the speed upgrade. And let's do the O2 capacity. I already have that. Okay, so I have to wait for level 8 to get significant new stuff here. Pick up the stuff that I just got at rank 7, because I assume anything lower than that I already assessed in previous stream. I don't know if I want the laser range at the moment. Okay, so I can dump that. The one I just got was this one, right? The javelin. Okay. I'm gonna take my time, not gonna stress out. Probably better to just go slow, remember what I'm doing. Heat capacity is probably good at investing in. Makes something like this easier to do. Can I keep up with this? Does it cool faster than my tool? Cools down? Okay, yes, I can eventually, but it sucks. So that would be easier if I upgraded that.
Hey, Cutter.
Oh, will that still work?
Want to see something special? Take a look at that railgate.
I'll try it for the next bit.
Whew, what a beauty. You know, no matter how many times I see that old railgate fire, it never ceases to amaze me. Could be you on there one day.
Weaver seems to be loyal to the company. I wonder if he's real. I try to avoid using the split saw. I don't like the game feel of it. I get what its use case is, but I think I have to be more precise than I'd like to be for this. You like this big ass ring, that's cool. Sure, I'm gonna try it here. I don't like the look of it either. Shouldn't really care about the aesthetics, but sure that still counts as barge.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Objects, okay, that's the new one. Gotcha.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
You think it's really amusing that they tried to incentivize tethered chaining, but couldn't really make it make sense. I appreciate that they just abandoned it when they realized they couldn't get it to make sense.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits. Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
Uh-oh. Trying to get to the airlock there. I guess it was just this section that got fucked up by me doing that. Alright, this whole piece is able to be disconnected. It can't. Okay. I do kind of wish there was some other indicator of disconnected pieces that wasn't just comparing the weights. I know that's a pretty straightforward solution, but
Processing valuable objects.
So is there not an airlock panel for this one? Did I throw a bunch of like chairs and stuff away again? I didn't even notice that they were in there. Okay.
Warning. Oxygen reserves are dropping.
Okay. Good. Gotta
Warning.
do better at spotting
Fuel
those.
levels are low. Fuel supplies are available for purchase at the master jack.
Was I supposed to like get into the cockpit via the glass or something and then open the airlock? Is there another way for me to open this safely? That's what I thought was about to happen. There's still pressurized compartment in there. This airlock's not going to work, right? There's no way to, like, gently fix the problem. Oh, there's another airlock. I didn't see that. Thanks.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
I suppose you just get a feel for the individual small pieces that are worth picking up and grabbing, which ones are it's not worth your time.
Applying credit.
Hey Jerry, how you been? Thanks for that. Lights probably aren't worth it most of the time.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
You know, dollar value is relevant to what though, right? Saying you'll learn the relative values of like chairs versus airlock consoles and how much that contributes to the bar at the top.
Secured. Applying credit.
This is potentially a complete waste of time.
All right. This is your 5-minute warning, Cutter. 5 minutes left. We were out.
Alright, let's focus more on cutting points here. So we have this big ass, this is like a giant fuel tank. Does this have a drain? Pod clamps. Is there any quick way to know whether a fuel tank can be flushed or not? Fuck. Or I don't want to use that. I think this might all be disconnected now. So that goes in the barge. Now, if I want to get this one into the barge, it kind of has to go all the way around. If I just tether it, is it going to be fine? Is it going to, like, scrape the side of it and explode? Is that a thing I reasonably have to be concerned about? Stay far away from it here.
Credits deposited.
Tether could rotate the whole vessel. Oh, that's cool. The rings being caught on there.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
This is your 1-minute warning, Cutter. Don't be a hero, alright?
I don't know, oxygen anyway.
Warning. Oxygen low. Note that oxygen costs can be reduced through good breathing practices.
That's good.
Welcome to Vintatron 9000.
Oxygen
I have a
level
question, but I have to think about how to ask it. It seems like even with higher thruster speeds, I'm just using the thruster to move. I don't have to worry about my ability to, like, brake myself like I do if I tether and just whip myself across. Do thruster upgrades come with an implied braking upgrade or something like that? Or does the game cheat thrusters in such a way that it always lets you slow down if all of your movement is through thrusters only? It feels like I have full control as long as I'm only using thrusters. I only get worried that I'm going too fast if I tether.
Hello, Shipbreaker. Overnight genetic backup complete. Pattern deviation nominal. Have a good day.
Okay. That heat upgrade for the laser. Oh, I don't have the tokens anymore. Okay, that's fine. Didn't realize I was ready to go there. My bad.
Welcome to Vintatron 9000.
I didn't finish severing this ring piece. There's a way for me to rotate this once I have it out, right? There it is. Well, that... Let's have more questions. Sometimes it's hard for me to think about how to phrase them in a way that's not dumb. When you use the split saw like that, say you're cutting something that's directly in front of you, like, you know, there's in 3D space, you've got a thing in front of you, a thing behind it, and a thing behind that. If you slice the thing that's directly in front of you, will it continue to slice beyond it in the background and potentially cut the thing that's behind it? Or is that not something I really have to worry about? I haven't been able to grok that from just using it so far. Only ever cuts a single layer. Okay. So for instance, just as an example, if I were staring at this, let's make it more obvious. If I were like this, and I did that, it would only ever cut this X that I'm staring at. It would never, ever, ever cut anything behind it once I lined up the reticle on the layer I'm staring at. If one pixel of the layer behind is peeking through in the center of the screen, the whole polygon of that background thing gets cut. Okay. So, just to make sure I understand that, say I was trying to cut this, but I slipped and accidentally pointed at this. Even though I think I'm going to cut this, it's actually going to cut everything back there because it's technically in range. Okay. Thanks. That's helpful. This is unpowered. Okay. Oh. Everything else has been decompressed. We've got some chairs in here. Yeah, I guess my brain just doesn't want to register the light gray stuff. I guess I can do this to find all of it, right? It's probably the way to go. But I should probably also not bother with any of that until I've disconnected the whole thing so I can get to everything more easily. I have to remind myself whenever I go to shunt something into the processor to check that scanner. Oh, shit. Hey, Yahan, how you doing? Okay, thank you. A little bit nervous that being as close as it is to this reactor. Ah, nice. I'm happy for people who can enjoy saunas. I've never been in one, but it sounds like... I don't like sweating just in general. I'll go to great lengths to not sweat, even in like the summer. That's good. Yeah, I know. It makes sense. It's irrational. Okay, how are we doing here? Right. If they made a freezing version of a sauna, I don't think there's any argument for a health benefit to such a thing. I guess that's just going in a walk-in freezer and closing the door. I've done that before. That's pretty great. Big fan. Sweet embrace of death is probably pretty cold. Looking forward to that. Ooh, dip in a frozen lake. Oh, 100%. 100% top tier first world problem. Absolutely. It's up there with like complaining about traveling on an airplane, right? Oh shit.
Reminder, asphyxiation can lead to missed salvage goals.
My big bougie thing that I'm a princess about is air conditioning. It's like horrible for the environment. Really, really bad. Probably don't need it to be 68 degrees Fahrenheit all the time, but... What else do we have to disconnect down here? Does it actually do anything? Like, I'm actually, what is the mechanism of action of a sauna? Is it just that it like feels relaxing to sweat? Is there anything that like is like a known health benefit? Yeah, exactly. Happy to be in New Mexico now. I grew up, it wasn't as swampy as Florida, but Columbus, Ohio is like 60, 70, 80% humidity most of the time, and it's not fun. First time I experienced dry heat, I was like, whoa, this is amazing. Doesn't feel like I'm walking in soup. Sauna's awesome. Dipping in a frozen lake is not. I still can't interact with these things, right? Guessing I will be able to eventually. I think there's been other like objects like that I've seen and not been able to touch. Last episode. Get clean, feelings of relaxation. Gotcha.
All right, Cutter. You got 5 minutes left in this ship before they turn the lights out on you. Pitter patter.
Yeah, this is 100% a me problem, and like it's like a legitimate, serious problem that actually gets in the way of me enjoying anything ever. But I'm like so skeptical of any kind of physical therapy at all, regardless of like how.
Don't forget that your equipment durability doesn't take care of itself. If your gear's acting up on you, best practice is to patch it up in the house. Your tools should be working for you, not the other way around.
How like scientifically sound it is, right? Like where I have like active nocebo effects, where I would probably enjoy the thing if I just like let myself enjoy it. But it's really, really bad. I grew up around a lot of like crystal healing kind of folks, and there's like a giant gap between like the legitimacy of something like, you know, relaxing in a sauna and crystal healing, but in my mind, like all of those things occupy a similar space, which is not valid or fair. But it's really hard for my brain to like disconnect those two, right? Surrounded by ants who would be like, oh, all you have to do is get this amethyst. You have to go to the doctor. And I'm like, oh my god. Spa things, but also like, for example, Andrea busted her pinky, right? She like slipped on the ice and her pinky got bent back, and they had to fix it with some nails and a splint and stuff. And then she had to go to physical therapy for a few weeks after that. And it seemed like the physical therapy helped. Like I think it basically amounted to her like kind of extending the pinky constantly throughout the day, which, like, you know, that tracks, that makes scientific sense why that would help regain mobility with the finger. But if it was me with the broken finger, I would be overwhelmed with this sense of completely unwarranted skepticism that this is actually doing anything, you know? It's completely irrational. I hate it about myself. I'm gonna get out of here. Okay, patch out this way.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
General utility buildings, smoke a shit ton of food for preservation. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. How they would evolve in that direction. So we got this guy.
That's 1 minute left, Cutter. If you're in the middle of something, it's nigh on time to skedaddle.
Are saunas hot enough to, like, kill anything? Like, you've got bacteria on your body?
Warning. Oxygen reserves low.
Assume not.
Links recommend regular gentle exercise to increase blood oxygen levels.
Oh, that makes sense, Johan, yeah. I've definitely had levels of dirt where taking a shower is not sufficient.
Oxygen level stabilizing.
I think I asked this last episode. It does remember my fuel level. Does it remember my oxygen level too, or to get a free oxygen refill for going inside the hab? I think I have to. It wouldn't. I would come out and still be low on oxygen on my next shift, right? Because it's the tank, not my oxygen. Yeah, I wish I could get post-exercise euphoria. I was talking to my doctor about that the other day.
Your designated sleep period is now over. Have a great day.
It might be related to the same problem, but every time I've exercised, like, my body is just screaming at me, like, this is the worst thing you've ever done. You need to stop. These are the most horrible experiences you've ever had. The moment you stop, I'm going to flood you with, like, dopamine. And people are always like, oh, man, you know, if I don't exercise on Tuesday, I feel like shit on Wednesday. I'm like, God, I want that feeling. Where did you get that power?
Hey, Rook. Just thought I'd check in with you. You ever miss your folks back on Earth?
Oh, did that happen? It might come in.
My old man's back on the Eris platform. It was rough growing up there.
Yeah, I would call it on my part, I would call it a toxic skepticism, where it was like what started as a very
basically remarried now. And my dad
reading the dialogue. 1 second.
always wanted to be prospecting himself one day, but he's tired now. Mine's driven the life out of him. It was hard. Just the two of us. Not gonna lie. People shouldn't have to make choices like that. You know? Break their families apart just to survive.
Oh yeah, Lou.
Anyways, maybe someday I can do what my old man wasn't able to.
I'm really worried that Lou is going to die horribly. The first target of the Strikebreaker. Basically, I developed skepticism that began as sort of a healthy reaction to a lot of like woo-woo people in my life. And then that skepticism went way too far and ended up taking over my perception of just about anything that's even like remotely connected at all to the kind of like new age community. It's completely unwarranted and annoying. I wish I could get that post-exercise euphoria. It's one of those things that makes me feel like I'm crazy because so many people talk about it.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
Going through these guys. Checking for objects. I don't fuck that up again. Post-exercise mild satisfaction. Played a bit of Ring Fit for a while. It was the closest I had to a satisfying exercise experience, but it was still like I was able to model it as my body is screaming at me to stop. This is the worst thing you've ever done in your life, but you're getting experience points, so it's super worth it, bro. Kind of a thing. Someone has to make RuneScape, but for exercising. Getting rid of lice makes sense. That's what I was wondering, like, is it hot enough to actually, like, kill stuff? If you do it enough, makes sense. A friend of mine really got in shape recently. He was, like, maybe 400 pounds and got really in shape. He's, like, very, very fit now, and he definitely talks about the exercise dopamine, which I don't think he had when he first started. I think it was miserable for him when he started, so maybe it's just pushing through at first. Always have trouble. There are connections for the airlock, but they're only accessible from the inside, it seems like. Must have gotten this side already. So we're saying that all these furnace pieces sticking out of this are so inconsequential as to be easily ignored, essentially.
Processing valuable object. Credit
Like, I could go to the trouble of slicing them off, but it's probably not worth it. Push yourself over, like, the course of a month. Thing ended up floating out. Playing this game more, it's probably going to be good for me to like intuit how a lot of these things are put together. Because sometimes I'm just like surprised after I bumped into things a few times and Gravity has had some time to work on stuff. It's like, oh shit, apparently I disconnected that minutes ago and didn't realize it. Gotcha.
Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred. Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
Okay, so this thing is mostly...
Processor deposit accepted.
Is this... Would you say this is worth just throwing into... I mean, I gotta get the furniture and stuff out of it, obviously. Let me try to do that. But, like, the red parts connected to this would not at all be worth disconnecting, it seems like. Even though it's mostly red rather than blue. I kind of want to be able to get the stuff out of there more easily. I have to drag it out. Maybe I can try to manually open this up, I guess.
Warning. Oxygen reserves are low.
Wonder if they very deliberately made the barge stuff gray so that you're likely to not notice it, unless if you're very actively paying attention.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I could try that. Thanks for the tip. Now, my tether strength is low. Can I always overcome that with multiple tethers? Or not necessarily?
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
I see what you mean about that being more efficient. Yeah, that was way easier than trying to take all of the consoles and chairs and shit out of there. Okay, thanks.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
I see. Yeah, it's probably just going to require me to play this game a lot to feel this out, but I wish I knew, like, the dollar value or the order of magnitude dollar value at which an item is completely inconsequential. I'm guessing it varies based on the ship you're processing. It looks like anything under 10,000 is definitely who gives a shit if it's
Salvage registered.
lost.
Transferring credit.
When I jettison the thruster, does that care about whether the reactor's already been dealt with, or can I do that first and it doesn't matter?
All right. You got 5 minutes left in this shift, Cutter, before they turn the lights out on you. We were out.
Oh shit. Stop. No. No! Fuck. I think it's too far away now. Let me try to save it.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
It's bad. Okay.
Salvage secured. Applying credit.
Well, I'm all the way over here now. Just grab.
Welcome to Vintatron 9000. Have a nice day.
Okay. I haven't exploded anything in this other than, I guess, airlock doors. So that thruster just disconnected because it didn't happen to not have an interactable, I guess. Here's the reactor.
Valuable object accepted for processing.
Is connected to that. Okay, I wasn't sure about that. I do like the music that changes when you pull a reactor. That's cool.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Salvage goal 3. Okay, this is going all right. It's slow, but it's going okay. So this whole part probably go in blue. Careful which one I send it to, I guess. What's this thing? High gain antenna.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Do appreciate how wide they make the net for that.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
Yeah, it'd be fun to try to get faster with it. For now, I'm just okay with
1 minute left till the end of the
taking
line,
my
sir.
time.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Might actually still be able to get 5 here if I don't fuck anything up real bad. That's still okay. I see why it's connected.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Goes the barge. Probably go.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Hello, Shipbreaker. This is your morning wake-up call.
Oh, cool. Okay. See if I can finish in this day. Oh, I wonder why I screwed up 5 there. Huh. That's okay. I can get the one more.
Hey, Cutter. You're from Earth, right?
Apparently it happened
You ever miss
during the end of the shifts.
I know it's a rough place and hot as hell during the day. There's still this kind of like beauty to it. I don't know. Space is cool, don't get me wrong. I just miss the colors at sundown, you know? Right before
Oh,
the
I
dark
see.
swallows the world.
Can I, like, recover them out of the barge if they go in there? I noticed it was highlighted red.
Smooth, just like
I see.
passing across the water between all the rusted.
So, like,
Could you
let me let this guy
imagine
finish
living in the
talking.
21st century? What a dream. They were so lucky. Anyways, I gotta get back to this ship. Have a good one, fellow Earthling.
Do you really like this game's story? If you throw a big chunk into the barge, and does it like instantly eat all of the green pieces that are supposed to go to the barge? So if you go back and try to recover the rest of it, it's been cleansed of all the stuff that was supposed to go to the barge? Or can you get like negative credits for the stuff that already got thrown into the barge? It's funny, it's like literally just pulling that piece because it's hooked onto it.
Deposit accepted for processing.
So the green stuff can't be removed. Does that create like weird collision situations where you can't pull the whole thing because the chair is locked in place or something? I see. So if I barge the whole thing and then go down to the highlighted red object and then just start detaching everything and then try to pull it out of the barge, that will work in theory?
Valuable object
I can move freely in the barge field. Okay. Yeah, because I guess the most annoying part of barging stuff like this is the process of pulling it all off and then finding an area to point it into the barge. I guess I could test it here. I'm gonna bank that this is enough to get me to 4, not enough to take me out of 4. About to find out, I guess.
Tether supplies running low.
Does the red highlight go away once it's been pulled out of the barge? I guess I could just see if it pushes me over to 4, and if it doesn't, I can just pull it out and start trying to break it apart. Okay, we got it. Nice.
Salvage secured.
That works.
Credit applied. Salvage goal reached. Rewards assigned.
That's cool. Useful in like that exact situation, I suppose.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000. Thank you for your purchase. Thank you for your purchase.
So the problem I was imagining about the chair
Certification
is
level
true.
awarded.
Okay.
License upgraded.
Good morning, Shipbreaker. Lynx would like to share the following message. The only P's permitted in the salvage yard are profit, processor, and potassium trifluoromethane sulfonate.
Atlas Roustabout. Powerful, dependable, enduring, the foundation of a better world. I love just the interest.
Cutter, I want to tell you, I'm mighty impressed by you. Remind me of me when I started. All bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Had big dreams of hitting the rails back then. Bought myself one of them classic armadillo rigs. Named the old girl Beulah, after my mother. Told you about my bad revive a while back.
Love the ones that just say decor.
Technology not getting on, I guess. Bottom line is, this body just ain't fit for flying no more. So, I want to give Beulah to you, Cutter. She ain't in the best of shape, but she'll do good by you. Hell, even a few places around the village that'll fit her out for gate travel, if you're so inclined. Anyway, that's it. She'll do more for you than me now. I'm just happy she's gonna be with somebody that truly appreciates her. Weaver out.
Thanks, Weaver. All right, so this is about shitty Elon Musk. It's redundant. Future Elon Musk. Exeter Paulson. Started acquiring small businesses with untapped potential. Yeah, right. Okay. Range, I'm not as concerned about. Tether amount, yeah, we like that. Although I guess now I have enough tethers that I'm probably going to have to refresh them whenever I get oxygen, so maybe that's not super necessary. Brake, yes please. Windmill slam, the brake upgrade. Scan range is probably worth it. Manufactured O2 tanks come in the following flavors: orange, chocolate, spring morning, and sporty. Yeah, so like an oxygen bar. When I was talking about stuff that's like woo adjacent, I imagine that actually is kind of neat, right? Go to an oxygen bar. My brain would never let me do it, even just for like the novelty of the experience. I don't know if anyone's tried it before.
Morning, crew. Let's hit them salvage goals.
Yeah, hey, Weaver, do you know when this administrator gets here?
Should be here any day now. But remember, no need to worry.
The lights are pretty nice. No need to worry about the administrator.
Yeah, just nervous, you know. I really can't lose this job.
Whoa, slow down there.
They always let go of the screw-ups first, right?
We all screw up, Kai.
Just Work careful, avoid any major accidents, and you'll be golden.
Yeah. I just need to keep my head down.
Salvage deposit registered.
Hey, Fishy, how you doing?
Account credited. Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
These new brakes are great. Hyperoxia, I guess. We have to get inside to disconnect this guy. What is this, what are those 8, like, squares, or 10 squares? I can count. Sometimes I see them on interactables. Object hit points. Still connected to something on the inside, I guess. No pressure concerns on this guy, it seems like. Is 0 hit points the only value that matters, or does it like reduce in value as a function of how many hit points it's lost? Free tool repair kit. That's cool. One HP is full credit. Okay, thanks. It's a very satisfying game. It feels really good to just kind of slowly work your way through. Just whenever I see an airlock, just gonna do everything that I can see, and then eventually it'll just become accessible. So I could repressurize if I turn that on. Can get to a lot of stuff here. Does repressurizing like make your job easier under any circumstances? It seems like that would make your life harder most of the time. Pull this power cell, it removes the electricity hazard, right? Still can't pick those up. Batteries show up as a object. You get that to give me different colors in this view based on value. Oh, I see. That thing does pick up. I'll assume I'll get something to let me interact with that at some point. I think this game is a really great vehicle for the story they're trying to tell because the job is like so comically dangerous. I would be interested in playing a game about like being a Walmart shelf stalker trying to form a union though. Shit is fucking scary. Okay. Power cells do seem pretty worth dealing with on their own. But I learned last episode that probably should just try to melt all of the weld points before trying to do anything with anything. Else it takes forever to do stuff. Hello? So, like, there's always, like, an interstitial space between walls that lets you get to where the airlock weld points are. Cut points, rather. Was I able to get into this space before I cut anything? For whatever reason, the way my brain works, I don't, like, retain spatial information about the way the ship was arranged previously, so like after I cut a bunch of stuff and things naturally drift around slightly, I'm like, oh, could I have always gotten in here, or did something just drift away slightly to make a path to get through? Hello. I guess I'm starting to see the Matrix a little bit with regards to the, like,
5 minutes left.
common pieces that appear on multiple ships. I think these things are more like Kingdom Hearts gummy ships than they initially appear to be, right? But, like, my version of this ship that I'm currently doing is likely of a generated version that no one has seen an exact duplicate of in their game before, right? I think we said last episode that the level gets extremely precisely saved whenever you go back to base. So, like, stuff doesn't drift in space at all while I'm away. See. There is a funny social media post that went viral the last time I played this. Just coincidentally, that was like, or watch a streamer play a game and they play it so badly that you immediately boot it up to prove that you're better than them. And then like, I saw that post and then I noticed a bunch of people in Discord were like, yeah, I just started playing Hardspace Shipbreaker again after a Marstead stream.
Note that excess carbon dioxide can cause
It's fine.
damage to Link's equipment.
Just come to accept that playing a game while streaming it is fundamentally a different experience. Oh shit, I totally ignored the oxygen mention. Shit, don't die. So I got the new tank, so yeah, this isn't a problem anymore.
Critical oxygen levels detected.
Welcome to Visit
We're fine, everything's
Oxygen
fine.
levels stabilizing.
Thank you for your purchase.
Imagine watching a streamer play a game, you get kind of an anti-tunnel vision effect, like you, in a way that you wouldn't if you were holding the controller, have the ability to like take in the totality of the experience, like read all of the text that's on the screen at every single moment, right? Pay attention, especially to the things that are not currently pressing from a gameplay perspective. There's definitely giant parts of this screen that like my eyes do not see them. Like it says CERT 27 out of 190 MP in the top right corner. That is literally the first time I have seen that. Like I've known vaguely that there's something up there, but suppose there was really important information there, right? It could be something like, how does he not know how close he is to leveling up? It's on the screen the whole time. It's like, no reason to look up there ever. Okay. A few more of
Looking
these
like
to track down.
A minute left, Cutter. 1 minute remaining.
I can see that being a fun extra dimension to watching a streamer play. I mean, obviously there's the like getting to experience the game for the first time again vicariously. Totally get that one. It's fun watching my sister and Andrea play Disco Elysium for that reason. Probably start dealing with some of the shit. I still haven't found these points that are connected here. How do I get in there? That's way the fuck in there. What is this thing? Try to get in here before. What the fuck? Something I can reach in this way. Oh, that's interesting, yeah. Watching Souls-like boss patterns. Yeah, it's
Hello,
wild.
Shipbreaker 9346-52. Lynx would like to share the following inspirational message. Some people dream of great salvage, while other people get up every morning and make it happen.
Please tell me I heard right, Rook. Weaver gave you his old armadillo? Oh, man! That's so lucky. I used to help my old man fix up beaters like that. I hear Weavers might not be in the best shape. Listen, I've got something that'll help get it ready to ride the rails. I'm transferring diagnostic programs to your terminal. Go ahead and boot it up.
Group undisclosed, sender undisclosed, member profile Lou Steiner. Really worried.
for some shipoplasty.
Getting data now. Amazing. Oh, old girl was used for construction at some point.
Ah, so now I can start picking these things up.
Could maybe even be kitted out for salvage running one day. This program will identify what parts you need to fix her up. Don't pay too much attention to Shippy. That thing talks way too much. You can probably find everything you need just kicking around while salvaging. Bits and pieces that Lynx doesn't care much about.
Doesn't care much about, huh?
Oh, you could also rip parts out of other ship components. And ruin the salvage value, of course. Maybe don't tell Weaver if you're gonna do that. Can't wait to see what you do with this beauty. Good luck, Brooke.
Okay, that's cool. Oh, it lets me know if I can find parts for my ship doctor. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so this thing is huge, and is there a way for me to get in there? Because it looks like there's cut points in there. I see, so you're saying there's... This thing is in the way, essentially? But isn't the weight too high? Because it says 281 kilograms, 70,000. Oh, okay. I see. Wow, that's really hard for me to see. I see. Okay.
Object processed. Transferring credits.
So I probably shouldn't have the cutter out by default because it's the least amount of reticle information I get from looking around. I guess some of that stuff could be like a scanner upgrade at some point. I still maintain there could be a scanner view that tries to recolor adjacent pieces that aren't connected to each other. Or just tries to color all pieces that are considered one big piece the same color, right? And uses as many colors as it can to make sure that everything is distinguished. So is it literally just those? I guess there's two more on this side. Okay, I see.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Okay. Things are full on barge.
Salvage secured. Applying credit.
So I'm just pulling off these pieces on the ends though, right? Have to clip through something, which we don't want. Whoops, that was not the button I meant to press. It's much more work than just grabbing them and launching them. Probably what I should have done.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
Okay, let's cut these guys.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
What is the 5 token percentage? Is it 90%? I guess, does it ever change from level to level? Looks like those are the same percentages in every stage. Oh, now removing the thruster caps. Now I can get to more of this. Okay, I see.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
But I can't actually fit through here, right? But I need to like drain the fuel first to be able to interact with this safely, because I can't use those cut points, right? As long as there's fuel in there, I'll blow up. Tops out around 90%. Okay.
Welcome to Ventatron 9000. Thank you for your purchase. Thank you for your purchase.
Tethers restored.
No 100% safe way. Oh shit. Cut the point, which starts a fire. Then pull the thruster. So when you say, okay, hold on, let me look. So just these 4 points and then pull it out with the grapple, essentially. Okay. And it's gonna be a fire no matter which part of the pipe I hit. Is it safer to do this with this thing instead? Because it'll vaporize instantly, or is it more dangerous because it could cut something else and cause an explosion? If I could... okay.
Clock's ticking now, Cutter. Get in there and hit that shut-off switch.
So I have to like pull the whole thing out is what you're saying. And then I also have to get in there.
Salvage destroyed. Please revisit your training.
Fire damage detected.
That's it, Cutter. Real
Okay.
satisfying when it comes apart like that, don't you think? I'll leave you to it from here.
A little scary. So that's one of the first things you do, where like you have to take some damage, essentially. Fuck that. Okay. So here the pipes are technically barge. Are they not worth removing? They seem like they're a huge pain to try to pull off of there. Oh, weird. It's, well... Okay. Stuff being gray is really confusing to me for some reason. I just gotta do that 3 more times, huh? Okay. That's mean. Okay, so there's fuel here.
Cutter, we got 5 minutes left till we call her a day. We're out.
Should I consider orange barrels as always dangerous, period, or do they become safe once you've hit the fuel flush button?
Salvage secured. Applying credit.
Okay.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
Oh, this is happening. Oh, that just happened. Where I'm gonna have to like adjust the tethers so that it's like slipping over the edge and not getting stuck on the rim of the basket there. Oh, don't grab that. I thought this one was not barge. My bad. No, don't do that. No, fuck. 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 Come here, come here, come here, come here. Don't you go in there, god damn it. Fuck.
Object cannot be processed. Please observe.
I thought that was still blue. Oh well. Okay, so if I recall correctly,
Object accepted for processing.
I probably need to like flip the other side of it somewhere really far away. Remember this being not super intuitive for me anyway. To get it to move over the rim of the basket. Past the hab. Okay, try the next time.
Object processed. Credits awarded.
So this shit is still connected, it looks like. Can I ever get inside here to get to where this thing is connected? Because I have to do this thing next. Maybe don't want to be doing this when I'm close to a time limit or nearly out of oxygen. Hello.
we're getting down to the wire. Let's put a bow on this shift.
Yeah, let's do that.
Welcome to Vintatron 9000.
Oxygen levels stabilizing. Tethers restored.
Purchase. Have a nice day.
Hello, Shipbreaker. Please enjoy this inspirational message. The last 10% of a job takes as much energy as the first 90%, which is why it's so important to always give 110%.
I may have told this in the first episode of this game, but when I worked at Chase in the call center, they gave us these like awful trainings full of Myers-Briggs bullshit. And one of the things they did is they had this section called the 212th degree, and it was like, water isn't boiling at 211 degrees, but it is boiling at 212 degrees. Like, it's true. Like, so if you raise the temperature by just 1 degree, something, you're just like, oh my god, I want to die. Why are they making me take this class? What is the point of this? I get the point of what they were trying to say. A small change can make a big difference or something. It's like, well, you're already at 211 degrees. There's a prior we're not discussing here.
Thruster fuel system breach. Interior unstable.
This is pretty stressful. I'm supposed to go to the barge, is that right? Fuck. Can't get it to come out. Come out. Oh my god. Is it better for me to just pull it rather than try to tether it?
Salvage destroyed. Please pay attention.
Note that prolonged exposure can lead to employee burnout.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
Right, so there was something here that was actually not supposed to go in the blue. This thing looks like it's gray, but when I look at it, it says it's blue. I don't know what it was. Okay, I can try that next time. Maybe it was this thing? Okay, I think I see now. Gotcha.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Right, Leon. So much money from screwing that up earlier is a bummer.
Account credit applied.
No, it's a reasonable thing to complain about. There's not quite anything in this world as soul-crushing as those corporate, like, motivational trainings. They're At least in the first world. Okay, so if I want to fix this, I need to like just tether it to something as far in the back as I possibly can. You say past the hab. Then as it's getting pulled, try to take it into the basket. Oh my god, am I getting sucked into this thing? I didn't realize I could get sucked into this thing. Well, that's one way to die.
Injury detected. A ticket has been submitted for medical assistance.
Whoops. You win again, Gravity.
I guess I've never gotten that close to the thing before. Processing organic material can cause damage to Link's equipment. Your next of kin will be billed for unreturned equipment.
All right. Breathe. You okay? Got yourself good there. Don't sweat it. Happens to the best of us. Always good to review your spare replacement form. See how you can avoid future mishaps. Too many spares will rack up the debt, and that's how they get you. Okay, let's get back to work. Weaver out.
Is there like a line you can cross that's dangerous? I don't see. I guess maybe I could have saved myself once I was getting sucked in by using a tether. Or trying to grapple onto something in the distance and pull.
Salvage goal achieved. Rewards allocated.
Oh, that thing ended up just disconnecting on its own. Huh. That just happened when the thing split in half, essentially, once both of them split in half.
Deposit accepted for processing.
Oh, is it the same on the other side then? So what's the best way to preemptively avoid getting it stuck on the side with the furnace? Is it to just try to pull it into the far end? This thing is a pusher? Yeah, I thought I immediately came in and grabbed it and then it wouldn't let me remove it, right? Is it not still connected to something? Oh, this one is. Okay. The processor will just suck them in naturally. Okay.
Object processed. Transferring credits.
Huh.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Yeah, makes sense. Hey, Tryhard. How you doing? I am enjoying this game very much. It's very chill. Story is fantastic, too. Oh, and thanks, Dealing Catnip. Appreciate that. Shoot you a whisper later with your sub perks.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
Care of that.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
See this. Love me some anti-capitalist media. Wait, there's like... Shit. This piece alone doesn't have any furniture in it or anything. Okay, but it was next to something that did. Got confused. Whoops.
Materials accepted.
Oh, it took the power station too? Shit.
Credits awarded.
Wait, so which part of it was barge? Oh, that's annoying. Okay. Annoying. I wish it would put barge in green. Is that an upgrade eventually?
Account accredited.
I like desperately want that to be a thing. Is this basically all furnace? It must be a deliberate design choice. Like, they must want you to stress about what is and is not in the barge. Where was the reactor?
Cutter, shift clock says 5 minutes left. You know what to do. Weaver out.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Under reacting. That's just a like bank, so probably who cares? It's just barely over 10K, but
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
oh, interesting.
Tether levels are low.
Processing valuable objects. Credits awarded.
I really like this game because I think it has a lot of the hallmarks of the sort of game that I would normally say is more of a toy than a game. But they've put a really nice layer of like objectives and, you know, actual structure onto it that makes it a lot easier for me to enjoy. So I get to benefit from the like, oh, this is kind of a chill, relaxing experience, but also I have stuff to do, so that's cool. There's a story to work through.
Processing valuable deposit.
It'd be nice to see something like, as I think of Elite Dangerous is existing in a similar space, but hasn't done as good of a job of gamifying the stuff that there is to do. Like, I know it's supposed to be like space trucking, but I guess I see that it's all procedural basically immediately and lose interest after just an hour or two. Yeah.
Salvage deposited.
I play around with it as a novelty for a little bit, I guess. I think it's interesting because I don't think there is any gameplay loop that exists that can't be structured and gamified in a way to make it feel more like a game than a toy.
Deposit accepted.
Even if the core loop is very toy-like, you know? It just tends to be like convention that, oh, this game has always been just for fucking around, essentially. Oops, I'm gonna do that. Well. Yeah, Factorio feels like it is very gamified, but it, I guess the only way it enforces its structure upon you is via the tech tree, right? I think I talked about when I was playing, like, Factorio is a game that I had a really good experience with overall. It's one of the few games that after beating it, I instantly booted it up and played it again to get the, get an achievement that I wanted. But also, while I was playing it, it really felt like they had kind of abandoned the new player experience. Like, oh, whatever, we got people who like this, we'll just keep making it for them, it's fine.
Look sharp, Cutter. 1 minute left on the clock.
Yeah, I guess, like, the shift pressure is kind of unnecessary. It's one of those things where they're, like, near to the point of iterating it out of the game, since you just let the shift end and then just start again, who cares? I don't know, that doesn't bother me. It adds some nice, like, pacing to the game that can think of the ship in discrete chunks better, I think. Oh shit, let me do that.
Processing object. Applying credits to account. Salvage registered.
Good morning, Cutter 9346-52. Today's weather report, clear and sunny, with a high of -270 degrees.
That's great. Keep going here.
Valuable object processed. Credits
I like that you advance through the different ships. They have, like, tutorials to teach you about new mechanics for things you haven't encountered before. I think it's probably just worth dumping this whole thing down in the barge on the argument that, like, I'll probably go down to a 4 diamond, but the time to put in to get a 5 diamond is generally not worth it. I guess the problem is it won't project how much I'm going to lose from the rest of it being in the barge, right? See what happens. Okay, let's do this fucking thing. So can I preemptively tether it to the back wall? I guess I don't even think I noticed the back wall before. I guess I can, but, like, the tether still has to be active as soon as the cut points are done, right? Otherwise I'm gonna be in trouble. I'm gonna have to do it again, essentially.
Thruster fuel system unstable. Proceed with extreme caution.
Shit.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
That's where tether lifetime would be very helpful, I guess.
Salvage secured. Applying credit. Salvage gold. Rewards will be paid.
Oh, that's interesting, Scarf. I'm trying to be less... I always feel like I come across as I'm, like, kind of having a shitty attitude when I say something is more like a toy than a game. I never mean it in a negative sense. I just find it to be a useful distinction, right? Ooh, whoops, thank you for being out of range. Not upgrading cutter range,
Salvage
MVP.
deposit secured. Credits awarded.
There's a problem with the tether pulling the whole assembly.
Credit applied.
I do think it is a spectrum. Yeah. Maybe there's a nicer word than toy that kind of conveys the same idea.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
I probably heard sandbox first.
Material accepted. Credits assigned.
Send it like deep into the processor. I don't know if that helps.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Let's do another one of those. You're saying tethering the whole thing against the back wall early could be problematic because it might pull the entire thing towards the back wall until I finish the cut points. Someone just needs to make art. They need to make a game that is about, like, explicitly about the toy game boundary. Bet you could make that and make it really good and get the player to question, like, why do you care? Like, why does it matter to you that you be given these extrinsic goals? None of this matters, you know. Okay. Oh, I see. Because I've disconnected the other parts.
Thruster unstable. Fire hazard risk high. Object processed. Transferring credits.
Takes me a minute to do. I like when it just pulls out instantly. Okay, so you don't really take damage if you do this the right way. Oh shit, what the fuck? Was that just run out of oxygen? I didn't realize it because I was in the middle of that.
May be required to offset unscheduled personal time.
I should not have taken that oxygen tank upgrade. It's made me stop thinking about it. You were crushed.
Well, Cutter, I'll say one thing. You certainly ain't afraid of dying. You might want to try and keep your spares to a minimum if you want to pull yourself out of debt.
Okay. I'm glad that wasn't my first death. That would have been frustrating. But I died out of legitimate stupidity first.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage secured. Credits.
Oh, can you do that? I thought the whole problem was that I couldn't flush it until I had fully detached it. Okay, if I just cut one of them, can I fit through the gap? Or was it like earlier cutting that I did that I forgot about?
Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Valuable object accepted for processing.
I see. Anticipating I will not be able to get five diamond because of the thing I threw in the barge, but I'm fine with that. So the slight gravity pull from the furnace is what causes it to get stuck on the basket like that? Does upgrading the push help me at all with that?
Processing. Salvage goal cleared. Rewards allocated. Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Let's see. Does literally nothing to it.
Good morning, Shipbreaker. This is your daily wake-up call.
Thanks, Hab. I love how the spare regeneration fee is like barely more than interest. It's funny. Great game mechanics and story. Key to Beulah. Okay. Let's just do another one of these, essentially. Well, I just learned how to do it. I need circuit and wires. Maybe that's... I guess this one has a circuit and wires. Okay. Gotcha. Can try to do the deal with the thrusters thing first here. airlock here. Let me deal with pressure first, I guess.
Airlock pressurizing.
So there should be a, like, air conditioner looking thing in here, right? Or is there not always one? Oh, there's a circuit.
Looks like you got a part for the armadillo. See if there's any more lying around in there.
Oh, that's helpful.
Air pressure level decreasing.
Oh, that makes sense.
Electrical damage detected.
Okay, so if I want to get the wires out of those, that ruins the salvage value if I do that. If I don't take out the power somewhere else first. Oh my god, what did I do? I don't have any way to put that out, do I? Okay.
Warning. Fire damage.
Stinger them. Oh, okay. That's counterintuitive. Basically, you're just destroying the objects. Well, that didn't go great for me. It's kind of a bad day, all told.
Airlock depressurizing.
Okay, so you can't get wires out of computers until you depower. And the main way to depower is to pull the batteries and the reactor.
Welcome to Vintatron 9000. Thank you for your purchase. Thank you for your
Tethers restored.
Oh, just the power cells. Do I have an easy way to see power cells? Would they show up as green? Oh, interesting. Found it last time. It's chance. It looks like a GameCube. Is that enough? Is it fully depowered just from grabbing that one? Can I easily tell if there's more of them?
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
All right, so now I could theoretically do the preemptive tethering, right? Because it's not disconnected, so it's not going to risk pulling the whole thing into the back wall. Oh, shit.
Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded.
Okay. Okay, so I'll know if the monitors are dark. Gotcha.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
I do like trying to do praxis and steal from salvage for your own little project. Imagine that's gonna come up in the story. Stealing from links is always morally correct. Is there any extra risk if the fire is able to make it to the rest of the ship and I haven't detached everything? Like, can it blow up the reactor or anything crazy like that?
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits
But
transferred.
that happens whether I've disconnected it or not. Get that lifetime upgrade as soon as possible.
Thruster dangerously unstable. Proceed with
This is a cool little mini game. First thing that's like legitimately dangerous every single time, essentially. Saying I can be safe if I stay still as I pull this valve? Or just the fact that I haven't disconnected anything makes it safe? Oh, it's controversial because it's like a dexterity check. Surprised there's not more of these, actually. I like it. But I can also understand why it would be controversial.
thruster fuel system breach. Interior unstable.
I think it's kind of important for the story that there be something that you do that is this dangerous. There is not a safe way to do it. Oh shit, what the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god. What did I just do? Connected those to each other somehow.
Salvage destroyed. Please refrain from damaging salvage.
Oops. Oopsies. I think that for the game's theming to work, there have to be a bunch of like non-OSHA approved things that you have to do, right? If it was possible to do everything perfectly safely, I don't think that makes the game doesn't resonate as much. So,
Salvage
but I guess the problem is that you kind of get a game tone, game feel contradiction there. If a lot of people aren't playing this because they want to do something that's like a dexterity challenge like that, right? I can see them being irritated.
credits.
Maybe if they kept it in the campaign mode. Still have one more of these to do, don't I? Maybe I should do that first. Sure. Makes sense. Yeah. I agree with that decision.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
Thank you. Funneling.
Processing valuable deposit. Credits
Instead
transferred.
of oxygen, let me deal with that. Trying to remember to look at that now. Oh, is this one of the only ships that has that as a problem? That'd be kind of neat to make that a mode where you have a lot of ships where like they intentionally design an area where like you have to like get the reactor out without being able to take apart the entire ship around it, right?
Welcome to Vendatron 9000.
And make it an accessibility option to opt out of that, essentially.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000.
Let's finish with this here. Gotcha. Pretty iconic.
Salvage
I'll probably remember
credit
this.
applied.
Seconds left to wrap things up, Cutter.
Playing with fire here, literally.
Fire hazard risk high.
Yeah, I agree.
Salvage registered. Transferring
I feel like they
credit.
need to tutorialize that better. It wouldn't be clear to me that there was a fuel shutoff valve in there. I guess when you start cutting it, he pops up and is like, hey, you got to get in there and hit the fuel shutoff valve. You're running out of time, but you're playing it super cautiously. You're like, I'm not touching that. There's fuel lines there.
Good
Generally, I
morning,
think the
Center
tutorials are really good, though.
9346-52.
Hey
That's
there,
me.
Ruck. Saw that you found an old data drive while you were salvaging. Now, I'm a bit of a tech head and a history nerd, so I love these things. They're uncensored images. Sometimes it's junk, but sometimes it's gold. Either way, it's a more genuine view of the colonies than what you see on the garbage news network. I'm sending you a data recovery program. You'll see it on your HAB terminal. Soaking in solar radiation mangles up the data pretty bad, but you can usually pull 1 or 2 intact files. Hopefully it'll give you a better sense of the wider world. Warts and all.
That's fun.
Have fun. Later, Rook.
It's close to my sci-fi idea of a world where data created prior to the development of LLMs is like prized. Because there's like so much garbage everywhere else. It's like a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy trash, right? Load in there. The unverified application.
Let's fix that ship up. A flawless procedure. No complications.
I like this element. I'm excited to get more of these. Fuse and heatsink. It's funny. You win 1 million? Karma Gupta, electrician. Triple Galaxy Casino million credit giveaway. Fresh water, the best air purifiers, a private doctor, hover yachts. My name is Noah, and I speak for the Earth. These are incredible. I really like this. These are data drives. This is a really cool setting. I'm excited for them to do more games in it. Okay. Heatsink and fuse are not available on this ship. I like that this adds an extra layer of structure on top of a game that already has a decent amount of structure. That's cool. Include that in my future Marstead notes. One more of these still.
Thruster fuel system unstable. Proceed with extreme caution.
I also kind of like that that's the same action every time, so you can kind of practice it and get better at it. It's a huge folder. I've never deleted any of those files. Doesn't happen frequently, but occasionally people have added games back onto the subblock that I already beat.
Salvage deposit registered.
These started here. Oh, I think that's a miss. Enjoy Earth. Oh, not again. Damn it. God damn it. I think that thing is gonzo. Is there an invisible wall that'll catch it at some point, or is it just gonna fly off into nothingness? Oh, I see it all the way back there. Hopefully it like scraped on the roof a little bit. This is not worth going for, but see if the game is gonna yell at me at some point.
Salvage is destroyed.
Well,
Don't do that.
must have hit the invisible wall. Exiting work area. Always tether everything, I guess. It's so satisfying to push stuff sometimes.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
So it's like right on the edge of maybe mattering when it's like just a little over 10K.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Any more tutorials coming up?
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded. Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Whole thing is furnace? I guess so. Okay, no worries. Wondering, it was nice to start with one today. Get my sea legs back.
Salvage destroyed. Don't do that.
I see. So ideally I want to find like floating wires, or do I have to sacrifice something to get them every time? Let's get back to cutting stuff here. Alright, I probably need to open all the doors too. There are occasionally just floating wires, okay. All right, here we go. Wish they let me collect those earlier, because there's so many of them I noticed before. It's a really cool idea for a progression track. This game feels like sorting Legos or perler beads. It's very relaxing. Really cool concept for a video game too. I don't know what like actual real world shipbreaking is like with boats, but and it's also pretty dangerous.
Warning. Oxygen
Oh
reserves
fuck.
are low.
That's bad. So, okay. When I get an oxygen upgrade, is it making my bar longer or is it making each unit of the bar take longer to drain? Fuck, I'm going completely the wrong way. Am I? I'm gonna look for that house icon. I'm okay to just fly there.
Oxygen reserves are critical. Please contact your plant administrator to add asphyxiation.
I haven't heard that before. That's good.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
Okay, that's cool. I do like the progression mechanism of things that you don't have to care about anymore, right? Like it's a lot of what Subnautica upgrades are about.
Got about 5 minutes left in this shift, Cutter. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Weaver out.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
Yeah, I really get turned around sometimes. Back to this business.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded. Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
You ever find yourself in Chicago, I highly recommend visiting the Museum of Science and Industry. It's a really cool museum. They got a lot of fucking awesome exhibits, but an exhibit that you might not think is awesome, but is awesome, is their coal mining exhibit. They have like basically built an entire simulation coal mine under the museum, And they kind of talk about the history of labor relations in the United States, and about like company script and like what people were expected to do in the mine, what a fucking horrible, shitty job it was. How long it took companies to start using safe technology for lighting. Grew up in Chicago, so I went there a lot as a kid for like school field trips, but went there recently as an adult with Andrea. And I was like, we should go to this coal mine tour. I remember being cool. And she's like, what, really? That sounds lame. And that was the coolest thing. This game makes me think of it a lot. Very, very easy to sit and imagine that, like, the 40-hour work week is like sprang into existence, fully formed, the Big Bang or something. Part of being captured by capitalist realism, right? Very interesting to see an exhibit that's like so... It's like that same exhibit, I don't know, maybe even 15 years ago would have been completely uncontroversial because of the whole like arrow of progress idea in American exceptionalism. It's like, yeah, you know, shit used to be really bad, but because the United States is an arrow of progress, things have gotten better and will be better forever. But now the guy giving the presentation has to kind of like grab his collar a little bit when he's talking about like child labor in the mines. They clearly used to have a bit where they're like, fortunately, we'll never have child labor in this country ever again. Okay, that's not actually a thing. Yeah, she thought it was the best exhibit we saw. It's really impressive. Like, they've got a whole bunch of mining equipment and caves. And a very old exhibit too. I think it might be close to 100 years old. Not that old, but it's at least 50 years old. Yeah, I'm looking it up. 1933. Yeah, shit, that's fucking crazy. That's almost 100 years old.
Good morning, Cutter. It's time to begin your workday.
Someone's probably done like a tour of it on YouTube or something. If going to Chicago is not a possibility, it's worth it though. That finishing time board game I was talking about, the German board game about striking for better working conditions, is really cool. The math is calibrated in a really fun way. Where like at the start of the game you have to work a 70-hour work week and there's like a giant gender pay gap.
Salvage secured.
And you get 0 weeks of vacation. And like victory points are relaxation, so you win by having the most relaxed workers by striking for the best conditions. But at the start of the game, like the easiest thing you can do is just spend all your wages going to the bar and drinking. And if you do that with all of your workers, it produces slightly less relaxation than the stress or negative relaxation you get from going back to work. It's kind of a... I remember we were playing it last night, and one of the people I was playing with was like, wow, it seems like striking for better working conditions is really good. And I'm like, I know, right? Game did its job.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
Somebody used their strike tokens to close the gender pay gap. Someone else was like, why did you do that? And I was like, because it seemed like it was really efficient. And I'm like, fuck yeah, it was. Hell yeah, brother.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
It's finishing time. It's a German board game. Guy who made Power Grid. Came out during COVID. It's pretty good. I enjoyed it. The joke is that it's an after worker placement game. So it's a worker placement game, but you're never sending them to work. You're always sending them to relax.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Yeah, I'd say it's comparably good to Power Grid. It's actually really interesting seeing a board game that is like so ideology first. Like, can't think of too many games like that other than like Monopoly, right?
Deposit accepted.
But Monopoly, like the point is that it's unfun deliberately. Here, the challenge is to still make it be a fun game, and I think it works out pretty well. I think I can take this. Wait, maybe not. Still be connected somewhere inside. Sort of like that really, really good Dan Olson video about Oops, I Did It, Colonialism in Minecraft, where he talks about how, like, a lot of game design in the Imperial Core kind of just de facto assumes that, like, taming the wilderness is a good thing, right? Like, building things is an objectively good thing. Hoarding resources is a good thing. Competing is a good thing. And it's not that those things aren't fun, right? But it's just like, it kind of becomes the assumption that, okay, if we're going to make a board game, it had better be essentially about accruing and hoarding and locking other people out of resources. I haven't yet, no. Any more of these? This whole thing goes in the barge. It's too annoying otherwise. List these as cut points, are they though? Unless if I wanted to like turn in the pipes separately. I'm not actually holding anything together other than the pipes though, right? What's this? Distributor. Oops. so I assume this is all starting to fall apart now. I don't think I've got any cut points lying around. A couple over here, maybe? So, like, once I do all the cut points, in the past it's felt like occasionally the ship just starts to, like, drift apart. Is that just a consequence of me grabbing individual things and then, like, slightly pushing against the ship and inertia doing its thing? Damage the cutter, shit. Sure, I repair that after the shift. So I think this thing has been completely disconnected, so in theory I should be able to just start grabbing some of these and throwing them at the processor. Yeah, that makes sense. I was just curious if it's entirely like stuff that's tethered, slightly bumping it, imparting momentum, or if there is actually an in-game, like there's a slight bit of gravity or something that causes the parts to get pulled apart, barring any further intervention by you.
Low oxygen levels detected. Warning. Fuel levels are low.
Welcome to Ventatron 9000.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
I see. Imagine they had to do a lot to get the game feel in this just right.
Credits transferred.
Where like stuff like pieces getting stuck between the processor and the furnace stand out as feeling uniquely bad because the rest of the game generally feels so good and does a good job of anticipating what you want to happen while still feeling broadly realistic. Wish I could just like set these to go and then just trust it would be done. Having to micromanage them.
Cutter, you're looking at roughly 5 minutes left in this shift. Keep on at it. Weaver out.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Really grateful for those diamonds of progress.
Salvage
This was just money. I don't think I'd be able to... Even if it was like money with breakpoints. Helps a lot to have the mini goal in the mission. You're taken care of.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
It's a single piece. It's fine.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Oh, shit. Big problem. It really wants to get stuck on that, doesn't it? Getting that to reliably go past the hab is kind of tricky. I'd love to be able to break those up more just so that it's easier to manipulate them here. I guess it's satisfying to throw the giant piece into there, but...
Object processed. Transferring credits.
Got more of these to work with, I think.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
It really feels like a boss ship. Like, so many parts to it. It's huge.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
So is this ship one of the last things they added, or was it just the, like, tricky thing with the thrusters?
Salvage secured. Applying credit. Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
I gotta fix that thing. I see, interesting.
1 minute left, Cutter. If you got something cooking, now's the time to plate it and bring it to the table.
These get pulled in there successfully.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
So as soon as it starts to process it, does the object still need to make it all the way into the basket, or does it just like despawn at some point? Associate, nice.
Level attained. License level in.
Hello, Shipbreaker. You have 1 incoming transmission waiting.
Hey, newbie. Hey. Just having a couple cold ones and thought I'd ask you something. You ever heard of karaoke?
Does that make the rest of it lighter and easier to get sucked in?
No. It's singing. Without words. Well, the original words. Anyway, it's a big thing back home. My daughter wants to be a singer one day. She's good, too. Believe it or not, I can belt out a tune. Hey, you think Lou can rig something up so's we can do karaoke over Kong? Clever ideas, that kid. Well, anyways, I'm gonna get some shut-eye. Gotta do it all over again tomorrow. Am I right? Good night, kiddo.
Good night.
Good morning, Shipbreaker. Your allocated shift time will be commencing shortly.
Listen up, folks. Let me introduce you to Hal Rhodes.
No need for introductions, Weaver. I know who you all are. Let's just get right into it. I know you don't love a middle manager like me coming in, making life hard. Yeah, I get it. See, I'm from people like you.
Uh-huh.
Used to work the links yards around Ceres. Not shipbreaking, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Processing.
Yeah, I know, right?
Honestly, is just as tough. Real back-breaking work.
Yep, we know processing can be just
Look,
as tough.
this is real simple. I hit my goals, and I'm out of your hair. But we all gotta pull the rope in the same direction.
This game is too real.
Cooperation. Cooperation. You scratch my back, and we'll all be done here in no time. Capisci? Okay then. I'm taking the day to settle in, and we'll see you all tomorrow, bright and early. Okay?
Great.
Okay then.
This guy thinks he knows what backbreaking work is.
I'm telling ya. 1 week, tops.
Guy's gonna cooperate with the business end of my grapple.
Lou, you're gonna die.
Now, remember, be on your best behavior. See y'all in the yard.
Javelin heavy cargo. Industrial grade cargo containers. Be good for next episode. I'm gonna try to finish up this ship in the meantime. Railgate project. Elon Musk continued his quest for fast, easy mass transit. Like the International Arctic University. I was about to say, it worked. The railgate began in 2252, showing early signs of success. Disaster struck due to human error and negligence on the part of its chief supervisor. They blame it on the supervisor. While a challenging event, Exeter Paulson understood that real progress sometimes comes at the cost of human sacrifice. Oh no, you're the ones who are going to be dying. Pushing through the so-called Phobos incident. Do you enjoy your life today? Do you see hope on Mars or on Jupiter? Do you want to forget about the burning and aridification of Earth and focus on the future? Thank Elon Musk for his vision. Great. Okay, let's see. What was fully repaired thrusters doing to me there? Okay. I think I do want this. Grapple, range, strength. That might be worth grabbing. Said I wanted tether lifetime. Synthesize the sounds from further away. I do like this concept that you're like synthesizing what the sound should be. Okay. Demo charges coming soon. I can finish up this ship.
Valuable object processed. Credits.
Morning, folks. Starting the shift clock now.
Another day, another dent in the debt. Anyone want to race me?
You don't quit racing, you're gonna get yourself killed for real someday.
This is Hal. Just wondering how much time is spent chatting on average in a day here?
It's just the crew checking in with one another from time to time. No harm in that.
Okay, maybe Weaver
Well, as
is
you know, the Lynx
class
employee
ally.
handbook says that avoiding chatter makes profits fatter.
Talking to each other is good for productivity, actually.
Well, we'll look at the performance reports later and see, I guess.
People are people. Doesn't mean we don't take our work seriously, Rhodes.
Steiner, right? No need to talk back.
Hey now, it's all good, right? Let's everybody just get back to work.
Fine. I'm out of here.
One of the most
Good. You should all focus on your work.
frustrating evils of capitalism is when it does stuff that's actually inefficient, that actually results in less money and less profit being made, often out of like pure spite, right? Like the way a lot of industries work.
Deposit accepted for process.
Like, you know, you could be doing the thing where you're being evil and you could be making even more money.
Cutter, you're out of tethers.
Oh shit, I am out of tethers.
Go over to the kiosk to buy some more.
It's a first. Thought I was consistently grabbing it. Yeah, exactly.
Processing valuable objects. Credits awarded.
Have a nice day.
Just tethered that into itself back, so I think we're fine though.
Processing object. Applying credits.
Like, we're not gonna get a 30 or 25 hour or 20-hour work week, even though there are many, 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 many jobs where that would actually be more efficient overall.
Salvage goal reached. Rewards assigned.
The number of jobs where it's like there is actual work that needs to be done, but there's just not 40 hours of it.
Credits
And so
awarded.
like it's like a bullshit job where you have to spend most of your day like pretending to be productive or fucking around on Reddit or whatever. Very high. It's frustrating because those jobs tend to pay pretty well compared to like the actual like real jobs. Like, yeah, I hate how people talk about like people who work at McDonald's. Like it's a low skill, low difficulty job when it's like that is a job where you are on your feet and attentive constantly 100% of your day, right? You're stressed out constantly. If you're running the cashier or the drive-through window, you're dealing with people and doing an enormous amount of emotional labor constantly. Like, we paid people based on how hard their job actually was and how much of themselves they were forced to give to the job, we would pay a kingly wage to fast food service workers. Yeah. So there's a job where you have a 40-hour work week or longer, and you are actually working every second of those 40 hours. And then a lot of white-collar office jobs are just bullshit jobs, right? Where it's like, it's easy to like do the pitting proletariats against proletariats and say, oh, you know, the office workers should feel bad, or it's like, no, like that standard of living, that standard of work is just what we should expect for more people. Like, you still work for a living. You don't own for a living. If you make $100,000 a year at a bullshit job, or you actually only work 5 hours a week, and the rest of your time is spent slacking off, like, more people deserve the ability to have that life. You are still laboring for your income. That's super frustrating, Terran.
Object processed. Transferring credits.
There are some... Maybe this thing I don't want to go in there. I remember this happening before. There's a piece of it that can go in there, but I don't want the whole thing to go in there. Great. Yeah, exactly.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
There's a lot of people who legitimately just like want there to be essentially a wage slave class, right? People who aren't expected to be able to survive on the income they make. And they're just accepted to kind of take that L on behalf of the haves.
Salvage accepted.
Actually, a theme in Atlanta, really good show. Highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. It's a line in, I think, the pilot episode where Donald Glover's like, you ever get the feeling that like you've been destined to be a loser so that other people can be winners? I think the reactor might clear me out here. Don't think I'm gonna get a 5-star unless if I pull everything out of here manually, so I'll just call it there. That's fine. All right, so future Marstead. I'll wait to give the notes until I get inside because that's where most of it's gonna be helpful. Note the existing text file. Probably doesn't have to ask for help from chat. There's only so much that I can pass forward to you with words. This game is a lot about feel and vibe, so just ask questions. I'm sure you'll retain more next time needed this time. Wasn't that rocky today. So, new stuff. You now have the ship doctor, which I assume is a core form of story progression. Oh, shippy. You have to find these fuses and heat sinks, so whenever you're picking a ship to do, obviously you can do the newest ship that's been given to you, but I would actually recommend starting with a ship that has both of the things you need and trying to find them before the salvage is done. Plug them into the ship doctor, and then it'll give you new things to work on. Look for data drives, because they have fun stuff in them. In terms of the workstation, you are currently, let's see, laser range is maybe dangerous, so maybe don't think about going for that too early. Durability is not really a big deal. You have plenty of tethers. Tether strength is maybe worth investing in. Tether range at some point. Fuel capacity is not super important, but maybe anything in the scanner seems worth getting. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and pick up this one for now. Get oxygen upgrades when you can. You should be able to get one at the next level up. But still be attentive to oxygen because it lasts long enough now that you're forgetting to recharge it at times. Demo charges unlock at level 11, so you'll probably get that next episode. You have to repair your tools in the workshop in the hab. You can't do it during the mission, so just check this every time you come back from a mission to see if there's anything you can do. And again, when you're starting your shift here, you just look at the menu. Yeah, so this one, you can finish this ship. You're probably not going to get the level 5. It seems like there are certain parts of the ship that are full of barge equipment, that if you see it full of barge equipment and it would be annoying to disconnect all of it, you can just throw the whole thing into the barge. You're probably going to end up sacrificing the 5 diamond objective. It's probably easier. There's like diminishing returns to go for the 5 diamonds, so I would just go for the 4 and move on from it from there. The demo charge unlock is more expensive. Okay, so yeah, future Marstead, save your tokens until that unlocks at level 11. This is the new one you just unlocked. It does have a fuse, but not a heatsink. So you can try to find one that has a fuse and a heatsink. It looks like the Atlas Valkyrie does. It's not the same as the one you just did, but it looks kind of similar. You've done this one like twice already, so I might recommend finding a different one if you can. This one has a fuse and a heatsink and looks a little bit straightforward, so maybe give that one a try. This one's really tricky because it has these like thrusters. You'll probably remember this because it's quite memorable. You have to like burn the tank and then pull the thruster out and then quickly like fly in there and pull the shutoff valve before it explodes. So I'd maybe try the Badger and make sure you find the heatsink and the fuse. Cool. Thank you to Wraith. I know you watch on YouTube for keeping this on your subblock and having a good time with it. Next session is probably going to be, again, in another couple months or so. We'll keep plugging at it. It's not letting me save and quit for some reason. Let me try, maybe it's because I'm starting at the start shift screen. There it goes. Okay.